The American Revolutionary War, spanning from 1775 to 1783, was a pivotal conflict between Great Britain and its 13 North American colonies, which ultimately led to the founding of the United States of America. This war not only reshaped the political landscape of the 18th century, but also inspired other nations seeking independence and self-determination. Below is a detailed overview of the war. Background. The roots of the American Revolutionary War trace back to the mid-18th century, when Britain began imposing taxes and regulations on its American colonies. Following the costly 7 Years' War from 1756 to 1763, Britain sought to recover its debts by taxing the colonies, introducing measures such as the Stamp Act of 1765, the Townshend Acts of 1767, and the Tea Act of 1773. These acts were deeply resented by the colonists, who argued they had no representation in the British Parliament, leading to the popular slogan, "No taxation without representation." Tensions boiled over with events such as the Boston Massacre in 1770 and the Boston Tea Party in 1773. In response, Britain passed the Coercive Acts in 1774, further restricting colonial autonomy and galvanizing revolutionary sentiment. Outbreak of War. The war began on April 19, 1775, with the battles of Lexington and Concord in Massachusetts. British troops seeking to confiscate colonial weapons clashed with American militia. This marked the start of armed resistance against British rule. In May 1775, the Second Continental Congress convened in Philadelphia, assuming the role of a de facto government for the colonies. The Congress appointed George Washington as Commander-in-Chief of the newly formed Continental Army. While some colonists sought reconciliation with Britain through the Olive Branch Petition, King George III declared the colonies in open rebellion. Major campaigns and battles. In June 1775, the British won the Battle of Bunker Hill, but at a significant cost, proving the colonists' determination. Washington's army successfully forced the British to evacuate Boston in March 1776, marking a strategic colonial victory. On July 4, 1776, the colonies formally declared independence with the Declaration of Independence, authored by Thomas Jefferson. This document not only announced their break from Britain, but also articulated the principles of liberty and self-governance. The Continental Army suffered defeats in New York and New Jersey, but achieved a significant morale-boosting victory at the Battle of Trenton in December 1776. The Battle of Saratoga in 1777 was a turning point as it convinced France to ally with the Americans. The French provided military aid, supplies, and naval support. The war expanded beyond North America, with Spain and the Dutch Republic joining the conflict against Britain. British forces shifted their focus to the southern colonies, capturing Savannah in 1778 and Charleston in 1780. However, guerrilla tactics by American forces, combined with conventional victories like the Battle of Cowpens in 1781, weakened British efforts. The war's decisive moment came at the Battle of Yorktown in October 1781. Washington's army, aided by French troops and naval forces under Admiral de Grasse, besieged British General Charles Cornwallis, forcing his surrender. Aftermath and Treaty of Paris, 1783. Although fighting continued sporadically, Yorktown effectively ended major combat. In 1783, the war formally concluded with the signing of the Treaty of Paris. Key terms included British recognition of American independence, establishment of US borders stretching from the Atlantic Ocean to the Mississippi River, and restoration of property to Loyalists. Significance? The American Revolutionary War had profound consequences. It established the United States as an independent nation, setting a precedent for modern democracies. The ideals of liberty and self-rule influenced the French Revolution in 1789 and other global movements. Britain lost its most valuable colonies, while the war highlighted the need for military and administrative reforms. Legacy. The American Revolutionary War remains a defining moment in history, symbolizing the fight for freedom against oppression. It laid the foundation for the United States Constitution in 1787 and set a standard for balancing individual liberties with collective governance.